Now, what we do every day as we prepare for the show is we go to RoenickLife.com to find out what Jeremy's saying.
Well,
now,
I was thinking I'd go get a coffee.
No, all right, you do. But then after that, you go to RoenickLife.com. He had some comments about the officials. We brought it up yesterday, and he had a little nice write-up about NHL Live and a nice picture of him fresh out of surgery. And just to show you the kind of guy Jeremy is, he's holding up a cup of Starbucks coffee, and there's a Starbucks right in the NHL store. So that symmetry just had
It's amazing
to be planned.
Talking about and he's talking about NHL Live as well on there too,
which blows me away. And Jeremy joins us here on NHL Live. JR, it's Don LaGreca and Billy Jaffe. Thanks for calling.
Hey guys, what's up, boys? How you doing?
How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm actually sitting in that same spot that you saw me in my picture with my game ready on, just trying to get her healed.
All right, so to make it that much more real, I'm going to pop it up on the screen, so while we're talking to you, we can kind of vision what it looks like.
Absolutely. I'm sitting in the same spot. I just don't have my Starbucks in my hand, but it's next to me.
Well, knowing how much coffee you drink, that's probably your fourth one of the day right there. How you feeling right now, Jeremy? You had the surgery, your first, let's call it joint or bone surgery. You had your jaw fixed a few years ago. That was about it. But now your first surgery on a shoulder, like anything like that. And how you feeling?
I feel actually pretty good. And it is kind of amazing. With all the years I've played, and this is the first real kind of surgery that I've had on my body. I mean, the jaw is one thing, but, to not have it on my knees, I've hurt my knees 3 or 4 times. And, for me not to have a shoulder injury in 20 years, it's pretty unbelievable, but I feel pretty good. I've been pretty fortunate to go this far, and I think with the time left in the season, it was a good time to get this thing done, and I have enough time to get back and ready for the playoffs. So I'm pretty disappointed it had to happen, but, I feel pretty good, Jeff.
Now, we got an emailer that emailed us earlier in the week taking exception to the fact that the Festerling hit on you was pictured on the Anaheim website, and the San Jose Shark fan thought that was cheesy. Now, did that bother you that they did that?
The fact that they call it the picture of the week or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure they can get. If that's their best picture of the week, then their team needs to get some better PR people to start taking more pictures. But I don't think it was a terrible hit. I just took offense to different things when I see guys getting cross-checked from behind in vulnerable positions when you're 2 or 3 feet away from the boards and you get hit, and especially cross-checked in the shoulders. You're going to do some damage, and there's not enough protection for players in that sort of situation. Joe Thornton got hit from behind the other day and slammed his face into the glass and almost right into the corner of the dasher, and it's unfortunate, but I think with all the crackdowns that the NHL is trying to do on taking away head injuries and taking away head blows and stuff like that, they should look at the behind the back checks and hits and cross checks, because it ends up knocking me out.
All right, let's get down to some brass tacks. So, what are you going to do for these 8 to 10 weeks? I mean, come on now. Baldinger wants to know when you're going to be in New York, when you're going to be in the studio. You got to work, right? I mean, you're not going to can't rehab right now.
Well, no, I got to take about 3 or 4 days to just let the surgery take effect, let it settle down, get the swelling out, and obviously I have to start letting that labrum start to reconnect and heal a little bit. But I'm going to do a lot of biking. I'm going to do a lot of stuff with my lower body and make sure that I keep the weight off and stuff like that. I'm sure I'm going to be traveling with the team because the team. This is the one trip that I'm making, so I will be traveling with the team after Christmas and staying busy. Hopefully, I can do your show a few more times and help with what I see going on. But you know me, Jeff. I'm never sitting around, never sitting. I'm always going to be doing something.
Jeremy is a player who spent a lot of years playing in Chicago, and I know that it has on a personal level, it has a deep meaning for you, the city of Chicago. How much do you think it means for the city, and how jealous are you that the Winter Classic is there, and I'm sure you'd like to be a part of it?
Oh, I think it's awesome, especially to be in Wrigley Field like that. That's just, it was one thing last year to have it outside and where they had it last year, but now it's getting a little bit more a tradition behind it, to have it in probably one of the best baseball stadiums in all of sports, if not the best, with one of the best rivalries and matchups in NHL history. I think with with Chicago being as good as they've been this year, and the young guys that they have, and now they're up and coming as one of the better teams in the league. They just put a thumping on Edmonton last night. Obviously, Detroit with the Stanley Cup champions. I really think the NHL has done a great thing in trying to continue its boost to make the NHL a more popular thing to watch, and it's going to be awesome. I wish I was a part of it. I just, being a Chicago guy like I have been for so many years, and being a Blackhawk and proud Blackhawk, this is something that I would have loved to have been able to do, and I'm going to watch with a lot of excitement, and I wish I could be there, but I'm definitely getting tickets for friends to go for sure.
Did you ever play outside in your life?
Oh, absolutely. When I was a kid, when I was younger, growing up in the East Coast, I played in a place called Bear Mountain, which is in New York, when I was a kid, and Bear Mountain, New York, was outside, and we had to get dressed in this little warming hut and go outside and wheel around. No roof, no sides, no nothing, and snow, and it was those were fun days. But I wouldn't want to venture that way more than just once a year.